Senators Patty Murray and Bernie Sanders introduced a pretty good bill the other day. It's a $15 an hour minimum wage bill. So let me go ahead and give you some facts about it here. There are 23 senators who are already backing it, including corporate Democrat extraordinaire Chuck Schumer. Shocking. Keith Ellison and Bobby Scott are proposing a similar bill in the House, and the wage would go from $7.25 to $9.25 in 2017. Then it would jump to $12 in 2020, and then it would jump to $15 in 2024. So they phase it in over time, and they're doing it in tandem with median wage growth. And it would raise the pay, get this is amazing, it would raise the pay of 41.5 million workers. So is this a positive thing? Yeah, I'd say so. And here's the main point, and here's what I'm afraid of. In fact, I'm almost convinced it's going to happen. But the Democrats aren't going to fight. So you're going to have all the press releases and stuff from the national Democrats, the corporate Democrats. It's all Russia. Russia, 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 Russia. And that's the reason why, one of the main reasons why, the Democratic Party right now, only 28% of the American people say they're in touch with the common man. 32% say the Republican Party is in touch with the common man. So Republicans are beating Democrats when it comes to who's in touch with the common man. I mean, that's like a legendary collapse among the Democrats, and it just shows how ineffectual they are and how lost they are. 38% of Americans say Donald Trump is in touch with the common man. The billionaire born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Joke of a human being. He's more in touch with the common man than the Democratic Party. It's unreal. Why? Because the national Democrats, everything you hear, like all the talk on cable news and stuff, Russia, 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 Russia. And I've argued from day one, bad idea, because number one, what you're pointing out is not true. This idea that, oh, he's Putin's puppet or something. But number two, you're distracting from real issues. Like, for example, Donald Trump signed a bill that only 6% of the American people agree with. It allows certain internet providers or internet providers in general to sell your personal information to third parties, sell it so they make profit off of it so that those parties can then advertise to you and get in your business. It used to be the case that they weren't legally allowed to sell your information. Now they can. Only 6% of Americans supported that. The Republicans supported it. The Democrats had nothing to say about it. They all voted against it, but they didn't do a campaign where they all go out and discuss it endlessly and talk about Trump and the Republicans just passed something that only 6% of you agree with. That's mental. That's an authoritarian regime. That's what that is. They're dictators. They don't care about the will of the people. I mean, they did the horrific policy and you just let it, yeah, okay, it went by, whatever. How do you not fight on that? How do you not fight on a universal background check bill when 93% of Americans agree? You lose and then you go home with your tail between your legs and come out the next day and talk about Russia? The fuck is wrong with you? They keep proposing horrific bills for healthcare. Oh yeah, let's get rid of pre-existing conditions. Let's gut Medicaid by $880 billion. Let's make 53 million people uninsured. The Democrats can't come out and say, you guys are idiots, let's do Medicare for all. Every other modern nation has one version or another of single payer. We need to do that. Let's cover everybody. They can't do it. They can't do it because they don't really believe in those things. Well, here you have an instance where Democrats are proposing $15 an hour, again, led by Bernie Sanders in the Senate, Keith Ellison in the House. And the Democrats are like, they're just starting to get it like, oh, I guess maybe if we kind of act somewhat progressive, people will like us. So a bunch of them sign on, but now watch. They're going to not do the second part of it, which is, fucking fight for it, you idiots! What are you waiting for? Like, yeah, we proposed this. Anyway, let's talk about Russia again. What the? No, fucking fight. Get in the trenches. Argue. Go to work. Don't stop. Bring up facts about the minimum wage. Did you know the minimum wage was worth more in 1968 than it is now? If the minimum wage kept up with inflation from 1968, it'd be over $10 an hour right now. So technically, the dollar value of the minimum wage in 1968 was higher than it is right now. If minimum wage growth kept up with the rate of growth among the top 1%, it'd be $22 an hour right now. If it kept up with productivity, it'd be about $21 an hour right now. Why are you not pointing these facts out? You can work a full-time job in America and not make enough money to survive. Let me repeat that. Because the Republicans say, oh, parasites, moochers, lazy. If you make the minimum wage, just lazy. No. You can work a full-time job, but not make enough money to survive and get bare necessities. Why are the Democrats not, hey, the Republicans are against you surviving if you work full-time? How do you not portray that as the most vicious, brutal, anti-family thing? Like, oh, they want to talk about being for the family, the traditional family. Why do you want the traditional family to live in poverty if they work full-time? That's it. Frame it something. Attack. You're proposing something that's good, but where are you? Go fight for it. Do none of you know what the fuck you're doing? None of you do know. I say that like I'm surprised, like I'm asking a question. I know the answer. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. If you focus on real issues, if you push for real issues, you fucking win. You're not pushing for real issues. You're not fighting for real issues. Now, finally, because Bernie Sanders is fucking dragging you there as you kick and scream, you're starting to do some progressive things, but then you do it and you're like, I'm going to go eat a sandwich and talk about Russia. Come on, guys. Get out there, get in the trenches and fight, and then you win. And what happens is, you're going to win. If you fight on these issues, you win. You get a progressive wave, and then you have a supermajority, and you get to do whatever you want to do. But that's where it gets tricky, because a lot of these Democrats who are like, yeah, $15 minimum wage. A lot of them are corporate Democrats who are only saying that because they know that it isn't actually going to get done because they don't have the numbers right now. So it's a cynical ploy. But guess what? That's where Justice Democrat steps in. Because we're going to run people, support people, and people are going to win who are Justice Democrats who actually want to get these progressive priorities across the country. So go to justicedemocrats.com. Sign your name in support of the movement, because we're not only going to have people who pay lip service to the right ideas, we have people who are actually going to fight for them, and when push comes to shove, vote for them.